Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's episode is going to be another Cooper S episode. This time I'm going to be talking about the most critical aspect of building an engine, and realistically the heart and soul of an engine, and that is fitting the camshaft. Now, I've already gone ahead and cleaned all these parts very thoroughly. In a previous episode I discussed going through the process of cleaning and improving the oil pump, and this has already been pre-oiled, so this is actually already ready to go as an assembly. And I've also had gone and cleaned all of the lifters. I've also checked them to make sure that they have the right surface curvature. So these are ready to go. Now, these lifters were supplied with this cam from Swift2, and I'm going to be using their assembly grease to lubricate everything. So really critical to use the proper grease for cam and lifter assembly, especially on a new engine. But also equally important is, again, the cleaning process. So as I've said before, it's up to you to do the cleaning for your engine, because just because a supplier sends you a part doesn't necessarily mean that it is perfectly clean. It is up to you to do the cleaning. So that's what I've done with this already, and again, lifters have been cleaned as well. So what we need to do now is lubricate the block. I'm going to go ahead and lubricate all of the lifter holes and the cam bearings, and then we'll go ahead and lubricate the cam, and we'll fit the lifters, and we'll get the oil pump fitted out. What I'm going to do is actually just fit the oil pump first. That way I don't have to worry about getting grease in it, and then trying to assemble it and having a bunch of grease in the way. So I'm just going to assemble the pump first, and then we'll go and fit the rest of this. Moving over here to the block with the pump, I do want to mention something about the gaskets. First of all, make sure the gasket fits, but more importantly, double check the hole locations. You'll notice this one's partially obstructed, this one's partially obstructed, as well as that extra stud hole we had to drill in here to allow the pump to be mounted to. So this gasket is upside down, and this is the intended installation. Notice once again, this gasket has that hole for that intended pump installation. So this is how the gasket should be fitted. Always double check, make sure it's not too big. Sometimes these things can be a bit too large and they'll kind of fold up when you push them in, so make sure you double check the fit before you install the pump. I will install this dry. I do not put any sealant on this because I don't want it to get into the pump. So with that being aligned like that, it's just a matter of aligning the little notch to the drain hole there. And once we've installed it, we can then torque it to spec. Now I believe it's 6 to 9 foot-pounds on these bolts, so I'm going to just use my inch-pound torque wrench and torque everything to spec. There's one. There's two. And that's pretty much it for installing the pump. So let's go ahead and spin this around, and we'll get the cam installed. So next phase are the lifter holes. You can see down here, I got my fingers down here. So every single one of these needs to be pre-lubricated, and the way I like to do it is just get some grease, again, the supplied assembly grease, put it on a screwdriver. Again, this is a clean screwdriver, and just rub it around. Now I will come back with my fingers later on and smear it around, but just to start getting grease in here, pre-lubricate every single one before you stick the lifters in, because you don't want there to be a dry spot when these things run, because the lifters not only go up and down this way, but they also rotate, and that rotation is actually critical for the longevity of the lifters. They need to be able to spin, which is why the lifters need to have the right profile on their crown and interface with the cam properly. So a lot of the break-in problems stem from the fact that the wrong lubricant is used, the wrong materials of the lifters, or the grind of the lifters are wrong, and so the lifters don't spin, and then if they don't spin, then all the wear is concentrated on one location, and if that wear stays in one spot, eventually it just wears out the lifter, and then you have a bad lifter. So next thing you need to do is grease up the cam bearings as well, and it's a little bit harder, but I just use my fingers, get in there, spin it around, and it'll be all good. So here's the camshaft. As you can see, I've got a light coating of grease pretty much in everything. And once I've fitted it, I can always go back and add a bit more to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fit it from this end, obviously, since the pump is now fitted to that end. And I also make sure there's a little bit of grease in here where the pump engages with the cam. So we are going to be installing it this way. And the block is at a bit of an angle, so gravity is assisting me, but I'm just going to slowly work it down the bearings, and we'll go from there. Now, you'll notice this rear bearing is dry, and that's just because I'm going to hold onto it on here. Once I get it to about this position, I will then go ahead and grease it before I finally install it. Alright, so here we go. And I'm always supporting the cam with my right hand. I never want to just fling it around. Now the only time I take my hand off is when this bearing is partially engaged and I can come around here and grab the other end of the cam once again. Just be gentle. Trying to hit any of the cam lobes against anything. And if you have to stop here, a good spot is to rest against the fuel pump cam lobe. Now critical in the middle there is the distributor drive gear teeth. Don't bash those into the center bearing. So we're almost in, and now is the time at which I will come and grease up the rear bearing. And getting the grease on the bearing. Use as much as you can. Make sure even coverage, because this is the only time there's going to be grease on here until the oil gets up to all the bearing surfaces. Right, so final push, if you will, to get the cam to insert into the oil pump. And it's a bit of a tight fit with my hands, but once this bearing kind of rests in its position, the center one will kind of lock in place. There we go. And once the center, there's the center. So we're pretty much clear. The only thing we need to do is rotate the cam until it engages with the oil pump. And there we go. We're now fully seated with the pump itself, and we can spin it with our fingers. And there's a little bit of drag because of the grease, and there's a little bit of drag because of the pump, but we are now fully seated. So, like I said earlier, if you need to add any grease, now is the time to add more grease. Otherwise, the next phase on this, like I said before, is we need to install the front plate, which has all the timing equipment. And then once we've got that fitted, the cam will be fully locked in position. And then we can go ahead and move on to fitting things like the push rods, the head, the lifters, etc. So that's pretty much it for the cam assembly phase. Obviously I needed to fit the front plate, timing gears, and then work on the run out setup with the crank and the cam and the gears and do all that setup work. So that's a whole nother episode coming up next. In the meantime, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate everyone who has watched it thus far. If you got any questions or comments, leaving them down below in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon.